Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start today by reminding you of something we all know deep down, but sometimes we need to hear it again. Success isn't a mystery. It's not some distant destination that only a few are lucky enough to reach. Success is a journey, a path we carve with our own hands with our own decisions and with the sweat of our effort. The truth is, success is simple. It doesn't require you to be the smartest person in the room. It doesn't demand you be the most gifted or the most talented. Success is not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about consistently doing the things that matter most over and over again until one day you look up and realize you're standing at the top. Today, I'm going to share with you 4 rules of success. 4 principles that, if you embrace them fully, will transform your life. And I'm not just talking about professional success, I'm talking about success in every area of your life. Personal, emotional, spiritual, financial. If you apply these 4 rules, you will find success in every sense of the word. Let's talk about the first rule. The first rule is simple, but it's one that many people overlook. Make the decision to succeed. Success begins with a decision. You have to decide right here and right now that you're going to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after things get a little easier or after the stars align. You have to make that decision today. Your success is not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen just because you dream about it or hope for it. It happens because you make a decision, a firm commitment to move forward. You decide to say, this is it. This is what I want, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. We've all heard the phrase, you can't hit targets you don't aim at. That's the truth. Without making a conscious decision to succeed, you're drifting. You're going through the motions, waiting for things to happen to you. And the reality is, the world doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't owe you success. It doesn't owe you happiness. You have to create those things for yourself. But before you do anything, you have to make the decision that you will. When you decide to succeed, you're committing to a vision of your future that is bigger than the excuses, the fear, the doubt, or the obstacles. When you decide to succeed, you are no longer a spectator in your own life. You are the one in control. This decision is the foundation upon which everything else will be built. Without it, nothing else matters. Now, once you've made that decision, the second rule is critical. Work harder than anyone else. And I mean this. We live in a world that's obsessed with shortcuts, with finding the easiest way to get ahead. People talk about working smarter, not harder, but let me tell you something. Hard work never goes out of style. If you want to be successful, you must outwork everyone else. That doesn't mean you have to work all the time, but it does mean that when you put your mind to something, you give it everything you've got. You don't cut corners. You don't try to get by with minimal effort. You give your absolute best every single time. The reality is, no one will ever work harder for your success than you will. So when you show up every day, you have to show up with the mentality that no one can outwork you. Not because you're trying to prove something to other people, but because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your dreams, to your goals, and to the future that you're building. When you're working harder than everyone else, you don't get distracted by what others are doing. You're not looking over your shoulder or comparing your journey to theirs. You're focused on your own grind, on your own path. And you know that hard work is the great equalizer. Talent won't get you there. Luck alone won't get you there. But consistent, relentless effort will. I don't let anyone fool you into thinking there's an easy way. The road to success is long. It's challenging. And at times it will feel like you're going uphill in the rain with no umbrella. But it's that very journey, that very struggle that builds your character. It shapes who you are. So embrace the hard work. Enjoy it. Work so hard that when people see you, they can't help but notice the effort. When they ask, how did you do it? You'll simply answer, I outworked everyone else. Now, the third rule is a little harder for some people to accept, but I need you to hear it clearly. Fail forward. Failure is not your enemy. It's not something to avoid. It's part of the process. There's no such thing as success without failure. It's impossible. If you're afraid to fail, then you're afraid to grow. The most successful people in the world have failed and failed often. What separates them from everyone else is that they didn't let failure define them. They used it as a stepping stone, a lesson, a way to get better. Failure is simply feedback. When you fail, you learn something. And learning is progress. Each time you fail, you're one step closer to success because you now know one more thing that doesn't work. You now have one more piece of the puzzle. So stop fearing failure. Stop seeing it as a setback. See it as an opportunity. Embrace failure not as a mark of defeat, but as part of the process that will eventually lead you to success. The only real failure is not trying. The only real failure is giving up. As long as you keep going, every setback is a setup for a comeback. When you fail forward, you're never discouraged. You don't dwell on the mistakes. You don't get stuck in the why me mindset. You get back up, you learn from it, and you keep moving. Because the truth is, you're going to fail more than once on the way to your dreams. But every time you fail, you're also growing. You're sharpening your skills, you're gaining wisdom, and you're building resilience. So embrace failure. Don't let it break you. Let it make you stronger. Now, the final rule, the rule that will make all the difference in the world, is believe in yourself, no matter what. Listen to me very carefully when I say this. Belief in yourself is the foundation of everything. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing else matters. You can have the best strategy, the best plan, the best support system, but if you don't believe deep down that you can succeed, you won't. That's the truth. Belief is not something you just say out loud. It's not something you just wish for. Belief is something you cultivate. It's something you nurture every single day. The world will test your belief in yourself. People will tell you that you can't, that you're not good enough, that your dreams are too big. But if you listen to that, you're already defeated. Don't let anyone, including yourself, talk you out of your greatness. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to speak life into yourself, even on the days when things aren't going the way you want them to. When doubt creeps in, you have to tell yourself, I am enough, I am capable, I am worthy of the success I am working for. And you have to say that with conviction. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. Because there will be moments in your life when all you have left is your belief in yourself. The world is full of people who are waiting for permission. They're waiting for someone to tell them they're worthy, they're capable, that they can do it. But I'm here to tell you that you don't need anyone's permission. You don't need anyone's approval. If you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything. The hardest battles you will ever fight are the ones in your own mind. But if you can win that battle, everything else becomes easier. So believe in yourself, not because the world believes in you, but because you know your worth. You know what you're capable of. And you know that with determination, effort, and a solid belief in yourself, there is nothing you cannot achieve. The world may doubt you, but you must never doubt yourself. There are no guarantees in life, no promises that things will be easy or that success will come quickly. But I can promise you this: if you make the decision to succeed, if you outwork everyone else, if you fail forward and learn from your mistakes, and if you believe in yourself, no matter what, you will achieve your goals. You will find success. And you will look back one day and you'll realize that all the effort, all the pain, all the struggles were worth it. Because you made the decision to never quit, to never give up, and to always believe in yourself. So let me leave you with this. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The only obstacles are the ones you allow to stop you. And if you choose to follow these 4 rules, there's no limit to how high you can go. Success is waiting for you, but only if you're willing to make the decision to go after it. Only if you're willing to do what it takes, no matter the cost. So go out there. Believe in yourself. Work harder than anyone else. Fail forward and never, ever give up. Because success isn't just a possibility. It's a choice. And it starts with you. Success starts with a conscious decision. You must commit to your goals and choose to actively pursue them, no matter the obstacles. Hard work is the key to success. Outworking others, putting in consistent and relentless effort, and staying focused on your own journey is what will set you apart. Failure is not the enemy. It's a valuable part of the learning process. Embrace failure, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone to future success. Self-belief is the foundation of all achievement. No matter what others think or say, you must have unwavering confidence in your own abilities and potential to succeed. Success is not about luck or external factors. It's about making the right decisions, putting in the work, and staying committed. Success is a result of your actions and mindset, not circumstances. Success doesn't just happen by accident. It's not something that comes to you because you've waited long enough or hoped hard enough. Success is an active pursuit. It's a decision that you make once, and for all that, no matter what happens, you are going to make things work. The moment you make the decision to succeed, everything changes. Your mindset shifts, your focus sharpens, and your actions align with the goal you have set for yourself. In that moment, you take control of your future. You realize that you are not a passive bystander in your own life, but an active participant. Your dreams, your goals, and your success are in your hands. It begins with a single powerful decision: I will succeed, and nothing will stop me. What does it really mean to make the decision to succeed? To truly decide means to commit. It means that success is no longer an option, it is a must. So often we approach success with a mindset that leaves room for doubt. We say things like, I want to succeed, or I hope I can make it, or if things go well, I'll get there. But making the decision to succeed requires you to take that want and turn it into a firm declaration. It means telling yourself that there is no other possibility. You are no longer entertaining the idea of failure or mediocrity, of giving up. You are only focused on achieving your goals, and you are willing to pay whatever price is necessary to get there. When you make the decision to succeed, you are deciding to step up to the plate and swing, even if you miss. You are deciding that no matter how many times you fail, you will not give up. You are deciding that you will keep moving forward, even when the path is hard, even when others doubt you, and even when things feel uncertain. That is the power of commitment. It eliminates the option of retreat. It removes the question of whether or not you will succeed. Because once you decide, you simply keep pushing, knowing that with every effort you are one step closer to achieving your goal. Too many people are waiting for the right time to start. They wait for conditions to be perfect, for the stars to align, for the opportunity to be just right. But the reality is that there is no perfect moment to begin. The perfect moment is always right now. It's in your hands today, in this moment, in this decision. You don't wait for success to find you, you go out and find it. The time to make your decision is today, because the longer you wait, the more opportunities pass by, and the more you allow self-doubt and fear to take hold of your potential. Making the decision to succeed is a choice that requires courage. It takes courage to step out of your comfort zone, to face the unknown, and to put everything on the line for something you believe in. It's easier to stay where you are, to keep things safe, to avoid risk and potential failure. But to succeed, you need to choose to move forward, even when it's uncomfortable. You need to decide that you will face whatever comes your way with a mindset that says, I can handle it, because success does not come without challenges. In fact, the road to success is often paved with adversity, but adversity is what builds strength, resilience, and character. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to face difficulty head-on and not shrink from it. One of the most critical parts of making the decision to succeed is recognizing that success is not just about achieving a certain status or material gain. Success is about the pursuit of a goal that aligns with your values, your passions, and your sense of purpose. It's about waking up every day knowing that you are working towards something that is meaningful to you, something that fulfills you, something that gives you a sense of pride and accomplishment. You have to choose success, not for the recognition or the rewards, but for the growth and fulfillment that come from working towards something bigger than yourself. The pursuit of success gives you purpose, and purpose is the foundation upon which your commitment will stand strong. But there's a difference between simply wanting success and truly deciding to succeed. Many people talk about wanting to be successful, but they don't truly decide to make it happen. The decision to succeed is active. It's a declaration that is backed by consistent action. It's easy to say, I want to be successful, but wanting something and committing to it are two entirely different things. When you decide to succeed, you are not just saying the words, you are making the commitment to do whatever it takes to make it happen. You are dedicating yourself to your goals with all the energy, time, and resources at your disposal. Success doesn't come to those who want it most, it comes to those who are willing to work for it. When you make the decision to succeed, it's also important to understand that success is not always a straight line. It's rarely as simple as setting a goal and then walking down a smooth road to get there. Life doesn't work that way. There will be bumps in the road, setbacks, challenges, and moments when you question yourself. But in those moments, the decision you made to succeed will be what carries you through. When the going gets tough, and it will get tough, It's your decision to succeed that will provide you with the strength and the motivation to keep going. When everything around you is falling apart and the odds seem stacked against you, the decision to succeed will remind you why you started in the first place. That decision is what will pull you up when you want to quit, what will keep you moving forward when you'd rather turn back. Making the decision to succeed also involves an understanding of your own personal accountability. You are responsible for your success, and that responsibility rests squarely on your shoulders. No one else can decide for you. No one else can do the work for you. You must decide that you are the one who is going to show up every day, do the work, make the sacrifices, and fight through the obstacles. If you want to succeed, you cannot wait for someone to hand it to you. You have to decide to make it happen on your own terms. There will be no one else to blame for your failures, and there will be no one else to thank for your success. Your success is yours to claim. And it starts with you making the decision to step up and take full responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your outcomes. Making the decision to succeed also means you have to believe in your own potential. There are many people who are stuck in their circumstances because they have not yet decided that they are capable of more. They have not yet recognized their own power, their own strength, and their own worth. They are waiting for someone to give them permission to succeed, to tell them that they are good enough. But the truth is, you don't need permission. You don't need validation from anyone else. You have everything you need within you to succeed. But in order to access that potential, you first have to believe in yourself. You have to decide that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of achieving your dreams, and that you are enough just as you are to make it happen. This belief is crucial because it is what propels you forward in times of doubt. If you don't believe in yourself, you will easily be swayed by other people's opinions or by the challenges that life throws at you. But when you believe in your ability to succeed, when you make the decision that you will not stop, no matter what, that belief will carry you through even the darkest of times. When you decide to succeed, you are also deciding to invest in yourself. You are deciding that your goals are worth the time, the effort, and the sacrifice. Success doesn't just happen by doing the bare minimum. It happens by going above and beyond, by pushing yourself further than you ever thought you could go. But in order to do that, you need to invest in your growth. You need to continuously improve, learn, and develop your skills. This may mean putting in long hours, sacrificing short-term pleasures, or stepping outside of your comfort zone. But the investment you make in yourself today will pay off tomorrow. Your commitment to your own growth is what will make you the person capable of achieving your dreams. When you make the decision to succeed, you are choosing to believe in yourself and your potential. You are choosing to commit to your goals. You are choosing to do the work, and you are choosing to take full responsibility for your journey. The decision to succeed isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become along the way. It's about developing the mindset, the character, and the resilience to keep pushing forward, even when everything seems impossible. Success doesn't belong to those who are waiting for the perfect moment. It belongs to those who decide that no matter the moment, no matter the circumstances, they will succeed. The moment you decide to succeed is the moment your life changes forever. It's the moment you take full control of your future and you realize that the only limit to your success is the one you place on yourself. To truly achieve success, one of the most essential principles to embrace is the idea of working harder than anyone else. Hard work is not a cliche, it's a truth that drives the most successful people in the world. We live in a time where many people are searching for shortcuts, looking for an easy path to success, hoping that there's a magic formula, a quick fix that will propel them to the top. But the reality is, the only real shortcut to success is relentless, focused, and consistent hard work. You must be willing to put in more effort than anyone else, to outwork everyone around you, to stay committed even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or seemingly impossible. If you want success, you have to earn it. And you earn it through the sheer power of hard work. The first thing to understand is that hard work is not about simply putting in long hours. It's not about the number of hours you work, but about the effort and dedication you bring into each one of those hours. It's easy to convince yourself that working long hours somehow equals success, but that's not necessarily true. Working hard is about being fully engaged, giving everything you've got to the task at hand, whether that's 8 hours or 16 hours. It's about the intensity with which you approach your work, the focus you bring, and the energy you pour into the task in front of you. Too many people waste time by being busy but not productive. They fill their days with activity but don't truly get anything done. Hard work means being present in the moment, giving it your all, and constantly pushing yourself to perform at your peak. When you choose to work harder than anyone else, you're deciding that you will outpace the competition not just in speed, but in the quality of your effort. This is about consistently showing up, going above and beyond, and giving 100% every single time. It's not just about working longer hours than everyone else. It's about being more disciplined, more focused, more dedicated, and more determined than anyone else in the room. There's a saying, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And while luck plays a small role in success, it's hard work that creates the conditions for luck to show up. When you're putting in the work day after day, you position yourself for opportunities and you begin to create your own luck. But the truth is, working hard doesn't always guarantee success. It's possible to work hard and still face failure. It's possible to put in the hours, exert all your energy, and still not reach the outcome you were hoping for. But here's the thing, working hard ensures that you learn, that you grow, that you develop resilience. Hard work is not just about the outcome, it's about the journey, about becoming the kind of person who is capable of handling the pressures, the challenges, and the obstacles that success brings. When you're willing to put in the work, you begin to build not just the skills that will help you achieve your goals, but the character that will allow you to sustain success when it comes. The most successful people aren't the ones who found an easy way to the top. They're the ones who worked tirelessly, even when they didn't see immediate results. They're the ones who showed up every single day, even when it seemed like their efforts were invisible, even when failure seemed imminent. Working harder than anyone else means that you're putting in the effort when no one is watching. It means that you're working just as hard when the cameras aren't on you, when the spotlight isn't shining, when no one is congratulating you. It's the quiet, consistent effort that creates long-term results. It's the extra work, the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices that you make when no one is keeping track. That's what sets you apart from the rest. Hard work means being willing to make sacrifices. There will be times when you have to give up something you enjoy in order to work on something that is important. It could mean turning down a night out with friends so you can prepare for an important meeting. It could mean working on a project on weekends instead of spending time with your family. These sacrifices aren't easy, and they certainly aren't glamorous. But they are necessary if you're going to outwork everyone else. Success doesn't come without sacrifices. If you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to give up some things for the sake of something greater, then you're not serious about achieving your goals. The key to working harder than anyone else is consistency. It's easy to put in a burst of effort when you're motivated or when things are going well, but the real test comes when you're exhausted, when you're discouraged, when you don't feel like working anymore. That's when you have to dig deep. That's when the real work begins. Consistency means showing up every day even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't see the immediate payoff. It's about having the discipline to keep pushing forward when everything inside of you is telling you to quit. Consistency is what turns your hard work into a habit, and it's the habit that leads to mastery. One thing that sets truly successful people apart is their willingness to work on the small things, the details that others often overlook. When you're committed to working harder than anyone else, you're also committed to mastering the fundamentals, the basics, the things that seem unimportant to others. The small things matter. Whether it's getting the timing just right on a project, ensuring every detail is perfect in your work, or going the extra mile in a conversation with a client, it's the little things that add up over time. And while others are focusing on what's easy or convenient, you're building a foundation of excellence that will carry you forward. But working harder than anyone else isn't just about your personal effort. It's about developing a mindset that doesn't accept mediocrity or settle for good enough. It's about striving for excellence in everything you do. And this requires a level of discipline that most people aren't willing to develop. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it, working longer when others are quitting, and being the person who stays focused even when distractions are everywhere. This is a mentality that you cultivate over time. It's a way of life, not just a work ethic. You have to be willing to outwork everyone else even when you're not seeing results. We live in a world where people often expect instant gratification. We expect things to happen quickly. We want results immediately, and we want to see proof that our efforts are paying off right away. But success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come easily or quickly. It's built over time through small, consistent actions. The person who works harder than anyone else understands this. They know that every small step, every extra effort is another brick in the foundation of their success. They understand that the results won't show up immediately, but they trust that the work they're putting in today will pay off tomorrow. They're not deterred by short-term setbacks or failures because they know that success is a long game and they're willing to play it. Working harder than anyone else means staying focused on the long-term vision, not the short-term obstacles. It means understanding that the work you put in today is building the life you want tomorrow. It's about embracing the grind, the hustle, the effort that goes into achieving your goals. It's not always glamorous, and it's not always easy, but it is always worth it. When you're willing to outwork everyone else, you put yourself in a position to succeed because you're doing the things that others won't do. And that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful, the willingness to do what others aren't willing to do. It's important to remember that working harder doesn't mean working blindly. Hard work is not just about putting in hours for the sake of it. It's about working with purpose, with intention, and with focus. When you work hard, you don't waste time on things that don't matter. You prioritize your efforts. You find the areas where you can make the biggest impact and focus all your energy there. Working hard means working smart as well. It's not just about grinding for the sake of grinding, it's about strategically placing your effort where it will yield the best results. At the end of the day, working harder than anyone else means creating a mindset that accepts no excuses, no shortcuts, and no compromises. It means giving 100% of yourself to everything you do day in and day out. It means being relentless in your pursuit of your goals, showing up every day, even when it's hard, and doing whatever it takes to reach your full potential. It's not about competing with others. It's about competing with yourself. It's about being the best version of yourself and doing the work required to get there. The truth is, there's no substitute for hard work. It's the one thing that anyone, no matter their circumstances or background, can control. And it's the one thing that will always lead you to success if you're willing to give it everything you've got. Failing is an unavoidable part of success, but it is also one of the most misunderstood aspects of the journey. People often fear failure, avoid it, or see it as the end of the road. We live in a society that often glorifies success and downplays the value of setbacks. However, the truth is that failure is not the end. It is simply a stepping stone, a lesson in disguise, and a vital part of the process of achieving something great. In fact, one of the most important philosophies to adopt on your journey to success is learning to fail forward. Failing forward means embracing failure as part of the path to success, learning from every setback, and using each failure as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. It's about realizing that failure doesn't define you or refines you. One of the greatest barriers to success is the fear of failure. Most people avoid taking risks or trying new things because they're afraid of falling short, of making mistakes, or facing embarrassment. But in reality, failure is a necessary part of the learning process. You can't truly succeed without experiencing failure along the way. Every successful person has encountered failure, often multiple times. The difference is that they didn't let it stop them. Instead, they used failure as a teacher, a guide that helped them grow, improve, and eventually reach their goals. The fear of failure only holds you back. When you fear failure, avoid taking action, you second-guess yourself, and you miss out on the opportunities that could propel you forward. Failure is not a reflection of your worth or your ability. It is simply a sign that you are pushing the limits, trying new things, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. If you're not failing, it probably means you're playing it too safe. You're not challenging yourself enough, and you're not taking enough risks. Real growth comes from stepping into the unknown, from attempting things that you've never done before, from taking on challenges that feel beyond your current capacity. When you fail, it means you've dared to try, and that is something worth celebrating. But the key is to fail forward. Failing forward means that you don't let failure define you or stop you. Instead of wallowing in self-pity or resigning yourself to the idea that you're not good enough, You use failure as a tool for growth. You analyze what went wrong, figure out what you can learn from it, and then use that knowledge to improve and move forward. Failing forward is about getting back up every time you fall and using each fall as an opportunity to become stronger. To fail forward, you first have to shift your mindset about failure. Instead of seeing failure as something negative or shameful, start viewing it as an essential part of the process. No one gets things perfect on the first try, and no one achieves success without a few setbacks. Every failure teaches you something valuable. It shows you what doesn't work and helps you refine your approach. For example, Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His mindset was that failure wasn't an end, but a discovery of what doesn't work on the way to finding what does. Each failure was an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine his ideas. When you adopt a similar mindset, failure becomes something to embrace, not something to fear. Learning to fail forward also means understanding that failure doesn't mean you are a failure. The difference between the two is crucial. Failing is an event, it's something that happens. A failure, on the other hand, is a label we put on ourselves when we internalize those events. If you make a mistake or don't achieve a goal, it doesn't mean you're worthless or incapable. It means that you have encountered a challenge and now you have an opportunity to rise above it. Your worth is not tied to the outcome of a single event or effort. Your worth is inherent in who you are as a person, not whether you succeed or fail in a given moment. The sooner you can separate the idea of failure from your identity, the easier it will be to fail forward. When you separate failure from your self-worth, you give yourself the space to learn from your mistakes without getting bogged down by negative self-talk or limiting beliefs. Failing forward requires resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going when things aren't going as planned, to stay committed to the goal even when the road gets tough. Life is full of challenges, and success is not a straight path. You will encounter obstacles, face disappointments, and experience setbacks along the way. But the people who succeed are the ones who don't quit when things get hard. They fail, they learn, and they keep moving forward. Resilience is built through failure. Each time you encounter a setback and decide to keep going, you strengthen your ability to persevere. Resilience comes from understanding that failure is not final, and success is not guaranteed. It's the result of consistent effort, learning from mistakes, and pushing forward despite difficulties. The most successful people are not necessarily the ones who avoid failure at all costs. They are the ones who have learned to fail forward. They are the ones who have experienced the sting of failure and used it as a launching pad for their success. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job as a reporter. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity and was fired from his job at a newspaper. These failures did not define them. In fact, they fueled their drive to succeed. When they encountered failure, they learned from it, adjusted their approach, and pressed on. If they had let those failures define them, they would never have achieved the level of success they did. But instead, they saw failure as part of the process, a sign that they were learning and growing, and they used that momentum to continue pursuing their goals. Failing forward also involves letting go of the fear of judgment from others. Many people hesitate to take risks because they fear what others will think of them if they fail. The truth is, everyone who is successful has faced failure, and the most successful people are often the ones who are willing to fail publicly. They understand that their failures do not define them in the eyes of others, only their ability to rise again and keep going defines them. When you fail forward, you stop worrying about what others might think and focus instead on your own growth and progress. It's important to surround yourself with people who understand that failure is a part of the process, who will encourage you to keep going and learn from your mistakes rather than ridicule or criticize you for falling short. To fail forward, you must also be willing to embrace the discomfort of failure. Failure is uncomfortable. It's painful, frustrating, often humbling. But if you're going to grow, you have to be comfortable with discomfort. Growth only happens when you step outside of your comfort zone, and sometimes that involves failing along the way. If you avoid discomfort at all costs, you will never grow. You have to be willing to fail, to risk making mistakes, and to endure the discomfort that comes with the process of learning and improving. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you expand your potential. And every time you fail and choose to learn from it, you increase your capacity for success. Failing forward also means taking responsibility for your failures. It's easy to blame external factors, other people, circumstances, or luck when things don't go as planned. But true growth comes when you take ownership of your mistakes, examine what you could have done differently, and use those insights to improve. It's easy to blame others or circumstances for your failures, but that only keeps you stuck. Taking responsibility for your failures means acknowledging your role in what went wrong and using that understanding to take corrective action. It's about being accountable to yourself and making sure that every failure becomes an opportunity to learn and move forward. Sometimes failing forward means making adjustments to your goals. There may be times when you fail and realize that your original path wasn't the right one for you. That's okay. Sometimes failure shows us that we need to change direction, adjust our approach, or reconsider our goals. Failing forward doesn't mean stubbornly continuing down the same path in the face of adversity. It means being flexible enough to learn from your failures and adjust accordingly. Success is not just about staying on course despite obstacles. It's also about being wise enough to change course when needed. Flexibility, adaptability, and a willingness to learn from failure are key elements in the process of failing forward. Ultimately, failing forward is about perseverance. It's about continuing to move forward no matter how many setbacks or failures you encounter along the way. It's about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the journey. The path to success is not linear, and it is filled with bumps, detours, and moments of disappointment. But if you choose to fail forward, you will find that each failure brings you one step closer to your goals. You will learn more, grow stronger, and develop the resilience needed to succeed. So don't be afraid to fail. Embrace it, learn from it, and fail forward, knowing that with each failure, you are getting closer to the success that you deserve. Believing in yourself is the foundation of all achievement. Without belief, you cannot take the steps necessary to reach your goals. It's the fuel that powers your dreams, the inner strength that pushes you to keep going when everything around you seems to be falling apart. When you believe in yourself, you unlock a level of potential that can move mountains, break barriers, and make the impossible possible. Without that belief, you will constantly find yourself second-guessing, hesitating, and allowing doubt to creep in at every turn. At the core of believing in yourself is understanding that you are capable. We are all born with unique talents, gifts, and potential that are waiting to be developed. But in order for those qualities to come to life, you first have to believe that they exist within you. Too many people fail to reach their potential simply because they don't believe they are capable of something great. They are too busy listening to the voices in their head that tell them they're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. These voices are lies. You are enough just as you are. But until you believe that, you will always limit your possibilities. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you think you're perfect or that you're immune to failure. It means that you trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. It means you recognize that you will make mistakes, and that's okay. Belief in yourself is not about being flawless. It's about knowing that no matter what mistakes you make, you will learn from them and continue to grow. It's about having the confidence to get back up after every fall and keep going. This belief becomes the most powerful tool in your arsenal. Because when you believe in yourself, you stop being afraid of failure. Instead, you see failure as an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to grow stronger. The power of believing in yourself lies in your ability to take action. Too often, people talk about what they want to achieve, but never take the necessary steps to reach those goals. They allow fear, doubt, and uncertainty to keep them paralyzed in place. They let opportunities pass by because they don't believe they deserve success, or because they're afraid of what might happen if they fail. But if you believe in yourself, you will take those steps. You will put in the effort, the time and the sacrifice needed to bring your vision to life. Belief doesn't just stay in your mind, it is expressed in your actions. When you truly believe in yourself, you will act with conviction and determination. It's important to note that belief in yourself isn't something that happens overnight. It is built over time through experiences, through overcoming challenges, and through consistent self-affirmation. It comes from setting small goals and achieving them, and from celebrating your victories no matter how small they seem. Every time you accomplish something, no matter the size, you strengthen your belief in your ability to succeed. It's the little wins that add up to the big ones. And as your belief in yourself grows, so does your ability to take on bigger and more challenging tasks. Each success, each step forward, makes the next step seem a little more possible.